We'll see whether XLG can put a bump in the road early as doors be long. There is a stack up of defenders ready and waiting for this fight, but NoMan and Rarga, they take it into the lead for XLG. A surprise swing from Divide, though. They're not expecting 4 players there. Why would you? And now it's down to a 2v2.
Yeah, clearly having a good read initially, but I feel like considering that stack up, XLG have come out of it all right. A little bit wary of the positioning of the player and want to make sure they can get that spike back without too much of a problem. Now, there's been some aggression out from Divide as well towards that A site, just to make sure that they have rotated in, and happywei now winning the battle, puts it down to just Divide and a good chance for an afterplant.
Yeah, he's taking the TP as well, so they've got the info before the plant goes down, can reposition, go for back sight, and they're nice and safe, tucked away. The drop down will be heard when Divide eventually goes for it, dropping the wall, and that's the round gone with it.
We'll have a reasonable idea. Again, it seems like XLG's planning for the most of this is to try and sell a ruse on either side, and it's worked. They've kept 3 players over on A, they've put smokes in on that side of the map. It's whether or not the rest of the team now rotate in towards A, and whether or not PatMen get back in time. They were halfway to the B side.
Yeah, of course, after losing all that B-long control and a player, now the rotates come back through, players flood the site, and PatMen are here on time. They're ready for the battle, but the smokes are blocking them out as the plant goes down. Undeniable. Something, though, has managed to find 2. That should be mostly, if not all, through the smokes. Another from Jinggg, but they're holding on. They still have a chance on XLG. 2 players sitting inside a bathroom. The flash blinds the first. happywei good on the swing, but they know exactly where NoMan is with no element of surprise, close as this may have been.
For XLG, that was a bonus of sorts. And now there are some weaknesses on the side of PatMen, a stinger in play.
That's the downside of losing so many players. Monsters on the loose right away, something able to TP away, but lots of space taken. That gets them very early on XLG in towards the lamps. They haven't got control of each other. Back through to take that space. They'll look for this deep fight alongside his teammate Divide. The flash popped. Here close though. He's able to already find the first. Rarga from further back cleans up more, and XLG, they're looking phenomenal. With rifles in their hand, barely a scratch, and indeed a flaw.
Probing the other side of the map. Now, a TP back to the other side would be so risky when you don't have any space. So instead, they are walking into the stacked up site. That's where Jinggg is waiting. Showstopper popped as well. And this is exactly what you were talking about. Just moments of madness coming in. NoMan, 10 seconds to try and save the day, and he had a chance, but Jinggg is...
A minute left on the clock. It's XLG's time to decide where they go. Big TP comes through. Still players around here in a deep push that's already come through from Forsaken. He's looking the wrong way. Gets flanked on, but not before he can take down happywei. Giving them a chance still as they push forward. The showstopper desperately searching for Jinggg, and it's found him. A connection that puts the advantage in their favor for just a moment. NoMan pulls it back, and a 2 versus 3 with the old pop by something. He's finding these players, at least one spotted already. I don't know that he saw the bath fade away, but he has given Divide the information. Divide knows there's a player around one of these corners, and they'll fight this together, but Rarga goes back. And XLG just need to buy time.
They've got plenty of positions that need to be cleared. Divide needs to win this fight. They're going to have a chance with Rarga instant on the trigger. I think that's the moment that something realizes, okay, 3 players to find. I managed to get the first, but anything more than that, and my operator is at risk very differently. So I think it's something to keep an eye on. XLG are gambling a little bit with some of their rotations, and this round, well, it's much more direct.
They're already taking so much space. Lamps pushed back by the nade, but they're going to stand on that corner, ready for the fight. Double swing back in, and it's Jinggg to take 2. XLG down by 2 men. Spike lost as well. They have got a big fight on their hands. And the Prowler actually didn't re-clear anything that isn't being held already. The flash going through. There's no one following it up. They're burning utility here on XLG. They need to start winning fights and start winning them soon. There's 3 players on this spike. How can they possibly get it back? Fighting through those numbers, and one of the players up close has a judge in hand. This looks like a death sentence if they even try it, but they've got to.
Yeah, they were dreaming of having an ultimate or 2 in this scenario, and well, happywei does have the Viper's Pit. Could try and put it into lamps. It would be a very bold strategy, but it would at least lower the HP of some of the others.
Nice Molotov.
Molotov instead will force Forsaken forward, and he's been cleared, and there goes the Viper's Pit. They just want to try and cover these players off, and then they put the Molotov in front, so nobody could be in position. Jinggg, though, once again, has managed to catch another, and they have spotted that this is not being planted. They know it's going back the other way. This puts something in a position where he could catch them.
Yeah, already on the angle. It's a clean shot from something. Last man spotted, 12 seconds on the clock. A plant at this point seems impossible. Indeed, it will be with so many players here. Yeah, I think a walkthrough from Devi as well got them early information. Wrapping around that pit, it could have ended there. Deep play from Jinggg. Reveal is great, and he'll get 2 from it. It didn't see anyone else, but he knows there's corners to hide in. Waiting for his moment in the smoke as another 2 push down. Already having cleared outside of Hookah, and now it's time to make that big swing. In goes Jinggg, in goes Forsaken, and out goes XLG. Yay, sight.
Yeah, they've got so much information, though. They're already starting that flank seconds into the round, and that was a pixel shot that takes that one. Molotov over the top as well. Something just sat at the back. He knows that he doesn't need to re-aggress from this point onwards. Viva needs to put up a play, and in fact, it's going to be the orbital strike committed to just try and force them back. That will buy his team not only some space, but a little bit of extra time.
Oh, and here we go. The showstopper activated. Jinggg on a tear has another to work with, and it's Coconut down. The player deep towards the bathroom is Viva, and he is out of the action, but NoMan and Rarga making it happen on site. Defuse tap, but Seekers see that no one's on it. Spray almost dropping a few. Look how low the health bars are for XLG, but they are holding on tooth and nail till NoMan's caught with a knife out, and now it's all onto Viva. He's got to be quick, down to the 1v1, but time is already gone. XLG up, coming in elsewhere. Forsaken. Oh, he's looking the wrong way again. His timing, it's through no fault of his own, it's just being slightly off, and XLG, they find the advantage as a result. But still to deal with is something on that operator. And once they walk through that wall, big danger awaits. Jingg's the one to draw first blood. And patience on something might get him a reward. Instead, he goes for the wingman. Delays the plant.
Yeah, trying to slow them a little bit. Calling for the rotation of the remaining players, but it's a little bit labored. I think the amount that XOG have been taking those TPs has started to get into the head of PaperX, conditioning them to not rotate quite as quickly as maybe they would. Something though, well, talking of quickly, this man is so fast with that operator and already clearing out that Lamp's position. It leaves just 2. Make that one standing. Only Viva left. A nice couple of shots though. Maybe in with a charge, and he gets all 4. A Red Bull clutch from Viva.
They win the rounds they shouldn't. They lose the ones they should. Something on the Rarga now. PaperX are angry. They're getting aggressive, but Viva, he is fighting right back. 6 kills in a row for him now. He's only got 9 in the map. I mean, I don't know what happened to him since last round, but XLG 4v3, and it's all thanks to Viva.
Oh, you know, they say the Viva la France. Maybe he's just found his home. Like, I don't know what's going on. But whatever happens, anybody who walks into the crosshair of something over the last couple of rounds has ended up dead.
Oh, happywei. He's got the flank. Again, it's the same scenario. The guy from PaperX gets one immediately shot in the back. The timing, good and bad, I suppose. Wait up. Back to a 2v2, though, and that op is still lurking around. But on this side of the map, it's only Devi, and he doesn't last long. NoMan Sky able to take him down. And the op, all that stands for PaperX. This could be a 7-4 lead for the underdog.
It's still, you know, something is alive. He's going with the operator. Knows at least where the opponents on the other side are sitting. He's going to try and just get it to half. Honestly, that's not bad. He will have to deal with the Tiger. And they now have to swing this. They have to go looking because he's already managed to get it halfway through. Oh! What? A 1v2 where he has an operator. There are 3 players ready and waiting on the A site. But the TP is still available. You never know if they'll double back in. They're using the Viper screen to take themselves a lot of additional space. Jinggg has already made it round the backline. Nade over the top is going to make this very awkward for Viva in position. In fact, not awkward, he's gone down. The remaining 2 players still in position, but Jinggg is just running right. Eventually he should fall, but there's a trade to be had.
Yeah, finally it comes through. Something sneaking about. He's gone into the spawn, and happywei was none the wiser. NoMan, the last one standing. NoMan to help him, but himself. And a big swing to come through from Devi. He's the first to fall. Now down to a 1v2. bite-sized, manageable, but his back turned to something, and that will be a death sentence. He can plan in so many of the rounds, and it does almost get them first blood. NoMan's on half, the nade is, oh, that's doing a lot of damage. Desperately low, he's in the open, somehow gets one before he falls.
I'm surprised he didn't just take the TP, but
yeah,
clearly don't want
out of this round with a 4K. I think we pause for an investigation. Down to 6 HP, 25 up on the shields, at least the regen, keeping him relatively healthy, and he's on his way. Smoke's already down, mosh pit to buy a little bit of time, but the plant hadn't even been tapped yet. 35 seconds, still plenty to play with for PaperX, and they've sent Forsaken through to the B site. He's finding himself a pick. They can go for the TP now. They can wrap back around, but they've already gone in towards the site.
Can PatMen escape? They've had to use a smoke across, and no, Rarga spams! That was the problem. He didn't make it into the TP in time. Forsaken had hit his timing, but the rest of the team were fairly well committed. Maybe a little bit of a mix-up.
Still, that was the quote-unquote bonus round. Now they come in with a Guardian instead of the Bulldog in the previous, but a big weapon that is in play is the Showstopper, and it's right onto Viva.
This is a cheeky little off angle, though, from Rarga. He's burning in the smoke, and well, doesn't get rewarded for it. Does at least deny the plant for now, but the amount of space is already there. It seems like it's going to be a lot more commitment in this round from PaperX, not risking the rotate back. They've done well to clear out Jinggg, though, and we'll even things up once again.
It's going to be a very late play coming in from something. The wraparound taking quite a while. The steps are going to be heard. He's heard Coconut, but Coconut didn't hear him, and pops the ult. It's disastrous. Something's going to be right on them with NoMan in the dog as well. It's a double kill. Something. It looked like he was late to the party, but he ends up winning the round for Paper. Rifles in hand, a lot of light shields. Ult's not really there for the defenders, but for the attackers, they've got all the info. Something's already seen these players on site. Orbital strike comes through, play inside the smoke. Flashes popped at something, even though it didn't hit. His shorty did. We're down to a 3 versus 4. Full control for PaperX with Viva down, swarmed from all sides. And XLG have to fight an uphill battle, but the first steps go swimmingly.
That's not bad. A couple of low players as well. The swing, Coconut has managed to bring this round into contention. A 2 versus 4 that, I'll be honest, looked impossible. Rarga, I wasn't even sure if he was going to go for it, but when Coconut puts that into play, there's a chance. Even still, Forsaken and Devi, normally a safe pair of hands. The defenders, they're going to group up. They're going to try and join each other, but the swing for Forsaken isolates the battle. It gives Rarga a chance once again, and the swing is perfect. 5 HP is on.
The utility bombardment comes through. There's the Outlaw already spotted with the decoy sent through. Flash finds nothing but it. Always the danger that that's a Yoru on his own, ready to gate crash, but now the Flash confirms that the big play is coming through. They've taken Jinggg out of the sky. NoMan's got 2. The PatMen tries his best to pull it back, yet it's left all onto Devi. He's got 3 to take down. The first comes easy, but 25 seconds. A Viper's Pit online. He might even have time to get this up after the plant. From where is the question? With the Showstopper hunting him down, it looks like he wants to stand his ground. He wants to take the pick, but the sun thrashed. They see players inside of Bath, but that thrash not retrievable, not finding the impact. It's a glorified drone.
Coconut doesn't want to hold it for a retake again. Oh, the nades are going to be exchanged, but it's Devi almost using the distraction of a teammate, and well, 3 players immediately down. We've seen a 1v4, a 2v4, but we've definitely not seen a 1v5, and I don't think Viva is going to give the time given them the other.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the pit I'm not against. Orbital strike caught me off guard.
Oh, here we go.
Down 1, here goes Showstopper, and there it goes. It's gone. Rarga snipes him out of the sky. Pop by the Flash, won't find much else. And another popped in as Viva struggles up close, but finds himself 2. Now, inside the smoke, he will fall, but he's given his team a fighting chance. The problem is, with that Viper's Pit going up, they now have an uphill battle to get anywhere near that spike. That's close. But he doesn't go back till it's too late for the spam.
Yeah, I think maybe assume that he let go. They're going to know that both players likely confined to this pit. Although PatMen has managed to leave. The drop will be known, and it's risky from Devi, but the risk pays off, and now NoMan left alone. Pit going to be dropped, and Devi is there to close it. It was
Looking at Neon, it will be point of contact. NoMan's Sky was stellar when it came to that first map.
Look at the
PaperX, they didn't get the memo. They think they're still on the attack side. They have pushed through mid with 3. Full control, 4 in fact. You count the player towards the door of PatMen, who will be safeguarding Market. But this is all about the flank game, and there is, luckily, a trap waiting for them there. So it won't be a complete surprise that there's someone there. It just might be a bit of a surprise quite how many players happywei is about to see.
Yeah, PatMen's the only player elsewhere, down to 1 HP already, so I have to be a bit more careful. But you can see they have switched up where they are defending this spike from, or pushing all the way around. It hasn't mattered though. The swarm that is PaperX has given them an advantage, and Device is going to start defusing. He's just going to stick behind the wall. They need to run back around over the top. They need to go, and it seems like they are not going to be able to deal with anything. It is diffused in front of their nose. Rarga, he did well.
Dragged all these players over, and they'll make their way across mid with that smoke with ease. This should be a plant, but I'm always wary of PaperX's ability to be disruptive. Something, he's in there. Only one.
Yeah, and they managed to make it to the side. The spike was being guarded all the way through. A good redirection, especially with the Sage Wall being used in towards the spawn. There was the box up top that you would have had Devi watching from afar. And now even with NoMan in the spawn, just waiting to try and catch them as they fall out. The fact is, though, PaperX, all of these guns are going to be upgraded in the next round anyway, so they might as well try and do some damage.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're looking for. You see all this deep clears of middle. The idea is certainly in their head that someone could be lurking around. Rifle picked up for Devi as well. Good chance to make these exits very costly. He will close in towards this spawn. I don't think Jinggg has any chance of... Oh, actually, he might have a chance to have an impact. He goes back to mid. But Devi is shut.
Immediately utilize that dimensional drift. Bear in mind, the only weapon he has is the shorty.
Perfect for this ultimate. One flash left. Oh, he's come out without one. Moving around through the smokes, but the wraparound from PatMen. Quick on his feet. He'll take Rarga down. Now it's rifles, though, that they will be up against. The trick play hasn't worked. Devi's dead. Dead to rights. It's even a headshot from NoMan to lock it in. But still, a 2 versus 4. Can't even get the 3 out before PatMen's dealing with another. PaperX holding strong so far. And happywei failing to take down Jinggg. Now that's the information. The element of surprise gone for his position. And the wraparound super late from Forsaken. He's going to cause issues, but Viva seemed aware of it. The timing, though, he corrects in time, but he can't quite land the shot.
There's been a lot of moments, especially with how low some of these players are, where there's a chance, but it seems like PaperX are ready.
And 3-1 up. Energy will only increase as these rounds keep going their way, but PaperX, deep play, caught by the stun, caught by the paranoia. Jinggg stuck in the corner, and they know it, but in goes Devi, happy to help out his buddy, set him up for success. Forsaken's found one elsewhere, but Jinggg looking the wrong way, will be dropped by NoMan. We're back to
try and slow that push. Now with 50 seconds left, early rotation available for Forsaken up top, but he has been dealt with immediately. NoMan doing well on this Neon.
Spike planted.
Spike will now be planted.
They know players on side are stuck there. Snakebite stops them from falling back and stops happywei from helping out, but now it's faded. happywei on the angle, looking for the fight, finding it, and NoMan tripling up. That's what we needed to see. XLG won't let PaperX run away with this. Ulti's available. They need those safety nets. It rotates from Coconut, the information. You have a Hunter's Fury soon. Deep play from NoMan. No ult popped. It's down to his rifle. But Coconut's fallen in middle. Rarga, good to trade that back. Now they've sensed the weakness. Blood in the water, but Forsaken still standing strong. Deep fight from NoMan, though, has managed to pull this back to a 3v3. And with the ult pop, he's got a tough fight up against Jinggg, and he won't win it. But with Forsaken going down, the numbers keep going back and forth till there's only 2 men left standing.
The 1v1 that leaves the Sovas on either side. Bit of a risky position to plant from, and because of that, something is going to get away with it.
So punchy. Could even have a Hunter's Fury off rip. Coming through from Viva. They want to get aggressive. They want to play this one fast. You can already see NoMan taking space. Paranoia burned by PaperX early to try to slow them down. Jinggg goes in swinging. Won't find much. And TP from Coconut. He's deep in their spawn. They are making so much pressure towards this A site. Forsaken, he doesn't crumble under that pressure to start, but finally, he will come crashing down. A 4 versus 3. Res possible for PaperX, but the positions of those bodies, it doesn't make it look very likely. happywei's got beautiful timing, but the shots don't land. Luckily, Rarga's there, picking up the pieces and leaving something alone and trapped in with the enemy. He can't even get out till that wall fades, and he will be cut down to size before that happens. Great.
Baited the ultimate, but now they go back towards something. Are they going to check the box? No, they're not, but it's a bit whippy. Not quite connecting. Divine now the next man up, and happywei just thriving. The Dane just seemingly slipping out of the round. And what could have been incredibly costly ends up with still 4 players standing.
Great correction from the previous map where PaperX were finding so much value with these weaker weapons. Forsaken,
Very careful.
the only player that, well, he didn't have that much of a weaker weapon. He had the Guardian. Wasn't the Sheriff doing the work. And he's recovered a rifle, a chance to do more damage. Surely the round win is already lost.
I'm starting to question that.
It could be an ace, but the problem is you've got Viva deep playing with that Hunter's Fury! And Forsaken now only has that ult to deal with. He now knows where his opponent is with the Hunter's Fury. Surely decides the fate of this round. It's already activated. It might seem early, but the time on the clock is already so low. Forsaken goes in, pops it, goes for the stick. He might have time. It's going to be desperately close. The spam coming in from Viva doesn't get there in time! But it's a .0!
But Forsaken.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd like to argue with you, but what we just saw means my point's invalid.
Oh, that was so desperately close.
0.0, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
Nice shot.
You can see the confidence right back in. Aggressive start, but this is what I'm saying. XOG have always been doing well to recover any of those early advantages that PaperX are able to gain. Jinggg could be expecting to be challenged. He's going to spot nothing outside the A site, and because of that, it's allowed for an immediate rotation for Forsaken to get back into B. They have definitely been red, and in fact, Jinggg can now just lock them in.
Smoke up, it's decently deep, but that drone, oh, it didn't see him. He's gotten inside the smoke. Forsaken! Oh, it's beautiful from...
Of TikToks of that sort of gameplay. We'll see if NoMan has it in the locker. It might not matter. Already one going to his teammate, and there you go. That's a Bucky onto Jinggg. This fast-paced 1-2 punch of the Duelists have not only got them positioning, but it's also got them in with that weaponry. And the bigger danger as well is, okay, sure, you had yourself the ultimates. Hunter's Fury might now be able to cause some damage. NoMan gone, rifle dropped, drone already being sent through. Rarga just immediate on the headshot.
Not hit by the drone either, he sticks around. Divide, though, the one to punish him. The res available. There's a player that can be res. There it is. PatMen's brought back. Even numbers. And it gets Coconut curious. He swings out looking for the duel, but now they'll go pushing into him. Viva down, and it's happywei against 2! But he's brought it to the 1v1. 6 HP. A headshot needed, but it's Divide jumping with the shorty to close this one out. A round that should have been PaperX's. They will just about get it. If that 1v3. Impressive performance. And, well, Rarga's got to wait for his teammates to break that wall open. It's going to limit how far he can get. He can barely make it to the backside. Instead, he's going to tuck in default. Hunter's Fury coming through. Fired in deep from something. Clearing out these close corners on the site. Not finding any tags, but delaying the push.
It didn't really allow for much space to get back in either from the side of PaperX. They're waiting to move as a unit. PatMen does have ult, but unless they really need this space, it's going to be tough. Divide goes a little bit ahead. They were still setting up utility on the remaining players, and NoMan has been able to take that close contact and put them into spot, and especially with Forsaken coming in on this flank, he's managed to get past the trip. That's why nobody's looking in this direction. If this smoke fades, he might just have himself at least one freebie, but he's looking for more. In fact, he's going to take it all! Forsaken, a one-man retake! Final round of the half.
Oh, the showstopper! It's found 3! Jinggg! That's unbelievable! XLG put it all into this, a round that can correct the wrongs of this half, but that has come to play. Similar to what PaperX did. 3 players, walkabouts on mid, 1 late towards A, but it's pressure on happywei. He can't overextend and go down. Just falls back, looks to punish anyone over aggressing, and hopes that this flank can find a lot of value. But PaperX look like they want to play aggressive.
Well, this is where the wall causes issues. You're going to block off one avenue. and then try and pressure the other. The only thing they really need to worry about is the flank, because they've sectioned everything else off, and actually, no, they're looking the wrong way, completely the wrong way. They've been foiled by their own plot, but there's still a couple of players standing. Jinggg, Forsaken, not in the best of positions to try and deny this, but that time is already ticking. Only somebody just getting onto the spike. They need to try and wrap back around, and that's exactly what Forsaken will do in this match. This man could do no wrong. Yeah. Because let's be real, there aren't that many teams to play with the Sage. Okay, a very aggressive early start to the round, but it is NoMan. But impressed so far with him on the Neon. And he started off strong again.
Well, yeah, it's NoMan and Jinggg both trying to get that early contest for this corner. And even with the Boombot backing him up, Jinggg can't get it done. Forsaken, I think, heard that cam activate. Certainly now did. He knows it's there. He's calling for it. And we see the pings that he wants to walk on through. Has to catch a timing. Even with that smoke, a TP will be heard. He'll be seen walking through. Nice shot by NoMan yet again, delivering. And as he looks up at the cam, that's a wonderful punish. What is going on with something here? And a swing from NoMan that gets punished. Something's got three. And I think Devi is about to go down. He's trapped in the corner with a sliver of HP. But in comes his old buddy. Something here to save the day is for this fifth. An ace from with two Guardians, mostly keeping some credits for the next. Nice opening from Devi, and this should be a relatively easy round. That was one of the Guardians that he took down, though. The main punches that they're packing, full blinded up. PatMen still looked like he was close to taking that kill.
Yeah, that's a pretty hefty upgrade for NoMan as well.
Giving the coconut.
Willing to risk it, and also Forsaken's been caught TPing. This is putting them in a good spot. Bear in mind, the spike plant here for Devi would get him his ultimate online and likely bring back someone who's been terrifying if it even gets to that point, because
you will not kill my
they've already got an advantage.
Yeah, worth putting it in, obviously, in this position. If something can fade back, this is where you'll see your Sova play in main. Most of the time, Hunter's Fury for post plan, but no, they want to fight. Of course they do. This is Paper Rex we're talking about here. What's going on? Is that fight? Devi closes it out.
Nervous smile if ever I've seen one.
I aced like 2 rounds ago.
Yeah.
Well, here's
and popped the Hunter's Fury immediately.
It's an early one, and it's Forsaken going deep on the back of the Chaos. Viva, good for the trade, and NoMan doing the same. Numbers light on the A site. NoMan's the last point of defense, so he'll full team in it here and now.
Cage immediately used. Going through all of this utility. Feels like a little bit of a risk. Paranoia even being thrown through as well, so they're going to know that there's a couple of players here at least. Curious to see if PaperX still opt to actually execute in this direction. They're throwing in more utility. Boombot to click close.
35 seconds. Now we're limited on options. We gotta go, but the spams through the smoke. They'll take down Devi in the choke point. The shock dart's fantastic, and the swings are even better. XL.
Cool element to it. Well, weak buy, but potentially a much faster one. I like the kill trips, though.
Great trip positioning indeed. It's a little
Never mind.
unexpected. Jinggg hit that. Happywei down and out. Jinggg revealed in the corner, but he's got backup now as they start to float back out. NoMan looking for market control as a deep late play from PatMen. Will it be attempted? But there might not be anyone left to flank. Jingg's already got 3.
He's still going.
Coconut's being watched on the flank as Jinggg looks for his 4th. He won't find it, but they'll clean up anyways. 13-5, 2-0.